Alright, what's happening, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead Season 3 / Season 2 / Walking Dead TV series discussion video, which is, does the Walking Dead TV series in Season 3 feel weird without Shane? Feel like something's missing? And, this was suggested to me through a comment from a viewer, a subscriber. And also others, too, seem to be interested in me doing this kind of video, just talking about that thought right there. And I think it does. Like, it feels a lot different than the first 2 seasons did. Having Shane in the series for the first 2 seasons, I thought was a great decision, instead of killing him at the end of the first season. Jon Bernthal is an amazing actor, was able to bring that character to life even better than he was portrayed in the comic books. Because in the comic books, Shane has been dead for over 100 issues. Yeah, pretty much 100 issues now. He's basically been dead for, or almost. Pretty soon it will be. But the TV series has only had 2 episodes so far since Shane has actually been dead from the show. And I will say they do feel a lot different. They're definitely not boring. Like, obviously there's lots of action, lots of things happening, but I don't know, for some reason Shane just seemed like a really fun character to watch. Didn't he seem fun because he was so edgy, and he was so sort of, he would just kind of wig out all of a sudden, loose cannon, and just do some crazy shit, or like opening up the barn and all that kind of stuff that he did in Season 2, shooting Otis in the leg. I mean, he was the first character that we saw that literally crossed over from being like a cop, a good guy, to the dark side. And even Rick, I feel like, isn't really in that position now, or isn't in that situation even still. Yes, he did kill Dave and Tony in the bar in Triggerfinger in Season 2. But if you watch that really closely, Dave drew on him first. He went to grab for his gun when they were having a drink, and then Rick blew them both away. So it wasn't really like Rick killed him in cold blood. It was more self-defense type thing. Now, when Rick does stab Shane, at the same time, too, that also is like a self-defense thing. So really, Rick hasn't really crossed. He's still your good guy. He's just your good guy that's tossed into a world that's crazy. Whereas Shane, on the other hand, he's the type of character that he literally did go from the good guy to, a bad guy type in, relatively maybe a season or so. Yeah, I'd say so. So it definitely does feel weird, definitely does feel different, but I think that's the beauty of The Walking Dead, both the comic book series and the TV series, is that you'll have characters, come into the show, and then over time they will leave. It's kind of like life, too. You go through life, you meet people, you have friends maybe, like let's use high school for example, and you feel like they're going to be there and around you for a long time. And then high school ends and they're all just gone, or most of them are. And, it's like that in The Walking Dead, except instead of high school ending, they get eaten alive by zombies, or you end up stabbing them in the chest. You get my point. But you definitely get a lot of, different characters and different takes on people that come in the world, and you kind of get to know them a little bit, get to know their personalities and all that kind of stuff, and what they do and their decisions, and then eventually most of them die. In the comic books in issue 100, a significant character who had been around for the entire series died, and I won't mention who because I don't want to spoil anything. Still alive in the television show, but it's definitely a weird feeling. But it also makes it really exciting, because then if you kill off those types of characters, it sort of makes the time that they had on the show or in the comic book series and the story feel more important than it would if they were still alive. And also, I'll say it gets people's attention too. I mean, I don't think that Season 3 would have had this big a premiere if both Dave and Shane were still alive. I think it gets people's attention in the series, because anyone who's seen the series before, even if they've just seen a couple episodes, might hear from a friend or something, hey, did you hear they killed Dale, or they killed Shane, or someone else. Whoa, almost made a spoiler there. That was bad. Yeah, and then that person would be like, what, they did? I gotta watch this. I gotta check this out. This is crazy. And it just boosts it even more. The comic series was like that too. You get all these great characters that some of them get really well fleshed out, and then they die. And it's just really, really exciting. So on that hand, you kind of have to do it. Shane couldn't be around forever. The bickering between him and Rick couldn't have lasted forever. It had to, never rub another man's rhubarb. You can't do it. So it was going to go down one way or another. It was going to go down. It had to happen. It was inevitable. But definitely the show does feel a little weird without him. You know, going to miss him as a character. Other characters that come in will probably be pretty interesting too. But so far in the TV series, he's my favorite character. So it is, you know, it has affected the show a little bit. It hasn't been as much fun for me personally since his character was in it. But still love the show. Still amazing, obviously. And it had to happen, I guess. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. I know a lot of people don't like Shane as a character, but I really did. I thought he was a great character. A lot of fun to watch in the series. And, yeah. So anyway, that's all I basically have to say. It does feel weird for me. I don't know about you guys. Let's talk about it in the comments. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, saying peace.